On this video, we're gonna talk about the consequences that you have to face when you don't go hard enough.
We come from poverty, man, we ain't have a thing.
We come from poverty, man, we ain't have a thing.
So let's talk about it, because what does that mean? What does go hard enough mean, right? It means give everything. Like, what is my version of go hard enough? Give everything. Give all of the effort, give all of the energy, give every ounce of activity that you can fit within a 24-hour period of time or a 12-hour period of time, however long you're awake. Fit as much as you can into that period of time so you can accomplish as much as you can in a short amount of time that we're here on earth. It's the consequences of not doing that. If you don't do that, because see, I'm one of the people, I thought I was going hard, right? And you might too, right? If you watching this, you might think, right, you go to work and you run your errands and you make sure your house is clean and your clothes are washed, and that's your version of going hard, right? Wrong. To achieve the things that you have in your mind, to achieve the money that you want to, or the vacation that you want to, or the experience, the quality of life that you want to have, there is something that you need to do that's different than what you're doing, because what you're doing has gotten you to this point right now, right? A series of decisions for the last 30 years has gotten me to this point I'm at in life. So what I want to do is give you a couple of the principles that I've learned along the journey that's held me back. A couple of the things that I've learned that I was doing that I thought was okay, but in reality, it's been holding me back. Let's go with number one. Underestimating what it's going to take to get you there. So mine might be quality of life and financial. I want to earn a certain amount of money, right? But I also want to earn that money on my terms without being burdened or responsible or attached to a regular way of doing it. I don't want to have to trade my time for the money. So that's already difficult in and of itself, but I also want to be what I am, and that's a full-time father. I want to teach my kids, I want to instruct my kids, and I want to oversee their experience without them having to be put into a system like public school or daycare or whatever the send your kids away from you situation is. So for that to come to fruition, I had a series of thought in my mind. My stream of income that I still have, that I absolutely abhor, I'm here right now, this is where you're seeing me at, is paper delivery. I did the paper delivery because it brought income. I knew it wasn't my desired way of earning money. I also knew that it wasn't going to give me enough money to achieve my dreams, but what it does give is some level of income so I can handle some level of responsibility. But I realized I put up with it way too long. I shot my goals way too low. I thought, okay, I'll drive for a little bit in addition to my regular job when I had my regular job, and it brought a certain level of money. And then the pandemic hit and I said, okay, well, when everything shakes back out, I'm going to have a business up and running and I'm not going to have to do it anymore. I didn't go hard enough. I didn't fail fast enough, because you're going to fail. You're going to fail. Do not underestimate the learning curve. Whatever it is that you want to do, you're going to fuck it up way more times than you're going to get it right. You got to get the mess ups out first. So then once you get it right, you keep it right. Quick, it's cold. But number two, guys, not in my head configuring where am I going, right? Because if you watched my last video, then you'll understand the process of making more money starts with creating more value.
Now, it takes time. It takes time to bring value to the marketplace, but we don't get paid for time. It's very important for kids to understand, as well as adults. We don't get paid for time. Mistakenly, the man says, well, I'm making about $20 for an hour. Not true. Not true. If that was true, you could just stay home, have them send your money. No, it's not true. You don't get paid for the hour. You get paid for the value you put in the time.
Then the next thing that you do after you figure out the value is figure out how you can become proficient. I'm talking about how you can take the thing that you're good at and become better than most. Do you play guitar? You play basketball? What do you do where you can give more information than the average? I didn't have the roadmap for where I was going. I knew where I wanted to go, right? So like, you know, like when people say, oh, I want to be rich. What does that mean? What does rich mean to you, right? Because to a billionaire, rich might be $1 trillion and owning the whole world. But to a person that earns $30,000 a year, to a teacher, rich is having your bills paid for, your college loans paid off, and your retirement account full and not having to go and see them bratty ass kids every day. So like rich depends on the person and the situation. So I didn't have clear, defined guides and boundaries for where I was going. I didn't say, okay, I want more money and I want to make and start a business and create content, create value for you guys on YouTube. What value do I have to give to where I can give to you? What experiences do I have that I can share? What did I go through? What have I accumulated that I can give to someone else to create value, and in return, right, the value that I create will create situations where I have more opportunities, more customers, more situations where I can elevate my finances. I just said, oh, I want to make more money, and I watched videos about it, and I read books about it, and I looked at social media posts about it. None of that is going to get you there. That's the information to plant the seed inside of your mind so you can take it, water it, and grow it. The watching it isn't going to get there. You actually got to do it. The wishing that your life was better ain't going to get you there. You actually got to put in the work. The reading the books, and this was my thing. Reading the books gave me information that I didn't have when I was growing up. Information that I just wasn't exposed to. So I'm like, if I consume all the information, I gotta be successful because now I got the information from the people that are successful. The key difference is they actually did something with the information. They didn't just write it down out of pure air. They synthesized it from their experiences, from situations they were exposed to. They actually put it to practice, made it into something, and then they told us about the journey of what it took for them to become what they became. So number 2, get your ass up and do it. If there's something that you want to do, make clear. I'm talking about if you want a house, you got to know what it smell like, what it look like, where it might be at, how many acres, how many floors, how many bedrooms, the back room, the front room, what kind of car it is, know the color, what it's going to look like on the inside, where you going to drive it to, how happy you going to be, and how much money you going to spend on gas. You got to have the details outlined for you to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. Otherwise, you're going to have to suffer.
12 seconds later.
All right, lastly, see, it's tough for me because the things that you're going to have to endure if you don't go hard now, if you don't take advantage of the opportunity and strike while the iron's hot, you're going to have to endure being average, right? Or being around people that are average for way longer than you're supposed to. And this is what I mean, because people say average, but all of us are like cleaning. I'm average. I'm an average cleaner. I put a lot of effort into it, but I'm not that good at it, right? It's not something a talent that I was blessed with. But this is what I mean by being average. There's something in you, there's something inside of me that makes me phenomenal, that makes me special. There's something that I can develop inside of me to become elite. There's something that you can develop inside of you to become elite. And that thing, right, whether it be like your work ethic or your analytical positionness or how prepared you, whatever it is for you, if you don't take advantage of the opportunities that come into your life or actively seek opportunities to explore your passions, you're going to be forced to stay in environments that don't respect your above average blessings. You're going to be cursed to be in environments around people that don't care as much as you care. Think about sports for a moment. The people that we talk about can't be that much more talented than the people whose names we've never heard of. That can't be the case. The case has to be, it has to be that the people that we know care more. So they prepare more. They shoot more free throws after practice. They practice the two-step longer. They practice throwing the ball more, right, than the guy that doesn't. They practice catching the ball. They practice the drills. They put more work in than the guys that don't. It's not because they're just supremely more talented than their counterparts. It's because they understand that what they want to put in, that they want to get out of their gifts, they're going to give everything they have. But imagine the same sports team where there are players, right? Like Micheal Jordan when he first came in, LeBron James when he got to the Cavaliers, and so on and so forth. There are star players in environments that don't necessarily feed the star, which is why they say they got to surround the star with supporting cast members that can get you to the championship. When you go to work and you care more and you work harder and you do the thing and you surrounded by people that don't do the thing and they ass don't get fired, that's disappointing. So for me personally, being in this environment, in the cold, right, talking to you guys is great, but being in the cold sucks. My hands are cold. I got to put them back in my pockets right now. Being in a position where I live is rainy and the weather is inclement and this is the way that I have to earn money when I'm supremely talented at other things is a vast disappointment. It makes taking even the smallest level of instruction difficult. When I get the text message to say, hey, come pick up the papers, hey, the papers are ready, those are disappointing metrics because I know I'm not supposed to be somebody's paper errand boy. Inside of me is a person that survived poverty and hardships and that's supposed to be living the life of my dreams. So with that being said, what I'm going to tell you is I'm going to get it now. I'm no longer playing small, and I encourage you to no longer play small as well.
Better. I remember when that hunger left me. Remember when it came back, made me something special.
All right, guys, listen. I appreciate you guys. This is what I want you to do. If anybody listening and you got to this point and you struggling and you just need a way, I actually found something where beginners like me and you can start earning anywhere between $500 all the way up to $3,000 a month right from your phone, right from your home. I'm gonna put the information in the link in the description. What I want you to do is watch this video next about what it's going to take, the mentality that it's going to take to level your life up in 2024. We'll see you guys on the next video.